say, are you taking any postbiotics? What do you do for your gut health? And they're like, what are you talking about? Have a kombucha.
Right, exactly.
And like, the depth of knowledge is just not there yet.
Right. Yeah, the depth of knowledge isn't there yet. We've been taking probiotics for 20 years and we're still in the same spot. So it's not about probiotics or postbiotics, etc. It's about this knowledge, which people would say, hey, look, it's just a knowledge gap. Like, people just don't know, right? And we're just going to wait for that. Well, actually, I think it's profound and systemic. What I mean by that is, we are at the luxury of having a job that allows us to pay for good food. It allows us to I'd argue that it's actually deeper than that. That it's actually allowing us the time to think about good food. Now, think if you're making far less money. You're not thinking about gut health, you're thinking of just putting food on the table. That stress of having to pay for your own healthcare because we don't have universal healthcare. Stress of housing, when housing prices have gone absolutely bananas, and you're just trying to get your kid to school, you're just trying to put food on the table, you're just trying to pay the water bill. Like, this is just basics. If you're at that basic level, and that's just survival, that's like reptilian, and you're like, hey man, gut health is human health. And you're like, look, I've got $5 and I gotta get to work. My gas tank's empty. I'm putting 4 of these in the gas tank to get to work. And now I'm sitting here talking about, pontificating about, short chain fatty acids. Who the hell am I? The real solution, in my opinion, is systemic. And that's things like universal healthcare. The stress associated with paying for that, like you get sick, you go bankrupt. I don't even have the money to take my kids to the doctor. The lack of prevention is absolutely could not be more profound. That simple change would allow people to stop with that stress of that thought of like, oh my God, I can't get sick. I can't get my kids to the doctor. That would not free up a little bit of mental energy to think, oh, gut health is human health. I should probably not have white bread that is, devoid of all nutrients, and maybe have broccoli or something like that, right? But what you're trying to think is, look, I got to get a $4 meal in my kid. Let's say he's growing. Let's say he's a teenager. He's 13, 14. Yeah, McDonald's is absolutely an option. You can get a lot of food for a little. And sure, he or she's full, for a time being, but it might be full of corn and other high glycemic starches that lead to, a bunch of other, health issues. Might be even hungry later. But the fact is right here, right now, you get a $3 or $4 meal on your child. So I think it's profound, and I think it's universal healthcare. It's also things like livable wages. If you can't pay for electricity, why the hell are you thinking about the right strain of a probiotic? It's a stupid conversation, right? And it makes everything that we're doing here completely ridiculous, including me sitting here on, talking about this. So if you had a living wage, then you would have less stress to then take a minute to actually think about what might be good for you and your children, for example. If you were able to do that, I'd be shocked if more than, let's say, or fewer than, let's say, 8 out of 10, with information, we're like, yep, I would definitely like to shoot myself in the foot. It's dumb. If they actually knew, if these people knew, without stress, had the money to buy it, and you were like, no, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. I'm gonna go with Skittles over, broccoli, let's just say. Or I'm gonna just hate on the gut-brain axis. I would be really shocked. I'd be really shocked. I think for the most part, given the fact that you have the opportunity means money, time, to actually choose the right thing with information, I can choose the right thing with the information. But I think it's really easy for us and me in my position to say, oh yeah, why doesn't everyone just take a darn short chain fatty acid? simple for me, so it'll be simple for you. That's a little condescending, to be honest.
Damn. That's cool. Thank you for that, Matt. that was some next level shit.